world. We have to get back on the same track on which our great-grandfather, the track of togetherness, the track of Islamic and modern educations togetherness. We have to be equipped with modern education. We have to be equipped, along with that, we have to be good, we should have a good knowledge of our own history. Today, what is going on with our youth today? They hardly go back in the history and they find themselves in the Western civilization. They find themselves, if you ask them, give us the 12 names of a great scientist of Muslims, they will never be able to give you. The names only they know, they'll tell you who was Einstein or who was other person, or inequality who was Adam Smith or other persons. But what happened to Muslims' own history? The oldest history Muslims had. Each and every country today, they might have a history of 100 years. They might have a history of 150 years. They might have a history of 200 years. But when we talk about Muslims, what is the history of modern civilization? What is the history of Western civilization? They only have the history of maximum 400 or 500 years. But when we talk about the civilization and history of Islam, it is the oldest one. It has 1400-year-old history and the most glorious one. When we talk about models, the capitalism or socialism, what is the history of socialism? A model of economics. The history of socialism, it is not more than 200 years, 250 years. The history of capitalism is not more than 350 years. And even today, the West, they have started thinking against capitalism, that capitalism has destroyed the world. Socialism has already been rejected. But when we talk about the Islamic economic system was the model which ruled the whole world for more than 1000 and never expired. That was the beauty of the Islamic economic system's model. But today, the youth of Muslims, the next generation, they don't know nothing about what is Islamic model. What is Islamic economic model? When we talk about democracy, we hardly found the names of democracy in Western civilization. Have we ever tried to think from where this democracy came? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the first to give women right. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the first to give the right of vote to the women 1400 years ago. In the time of Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, women, the ladies, they were member parliament in those days. And the right of vote was given in late 1700 in United States. The right of voting was given to the British ladies in early 1800. And what Islam is giving about democracy? Islam has given the model of democracy 1400 years ago. When Sayyidina Abu Bakr, Sayyidina Usman Ghani radiallahu ta'ala anhu was elected as a presidential system. This is history. Today we see the presidential system is given by America. We don't know history about Islam. Usman Ghani radiallahu ta'ala anhu was elected in the model of presidential system. Sayyidina Ali al-Murtada radiallahu ta'ala anhu was elected in the model of parliamentary system. And these were the models given by Khulafai Rashidin and not any modern country. Then why we are afraid to get back and link ourselves with our own regions? Then why we are afraid to link ourselves with our own scholars? Then why today we are afraid to link ourselves with our own religion, with our own scientists, with our own philosophers, with our own writers? When our history is too glorious, too shining, but still we don't have enough link with our own history. Today we have to bridge it up. And Minhaj-ul-Quran International, Shaykhul Islam Dr. Sahibzada Qadri, he is bridging up that history. He is linking up these things. He is working on these lines so that our next generation, the youth of Muslims, the next generation of Muslims, they could find their history glorious. They could find their history golden. They could easily link themselves with their own regions. They could link themselves with their own heroes. They could link themselves with their own scholars. They could link themselves with their own scientists. And dear audience, as we all are sitting here living in Australia, I always tell, as I was in Europe, I was always mentioning and telling this thing to the people, the only thing, as you belong to whatever country is there, to protect your own rights, to protect your reality, to be and to uplift your own community in the society, you have to become a part of political system of that country. You have to respect the system of that country and then respectfully practice their political laws, respect their and exercise their political things and become a part of that system. That's how you will be able to communicate the message of peace. That's how you will be able to tell to the people, not every Muslim is terrorist today. That's how you will be able to tell to the other communities that not every Muslim is narrow-minded. That's how you will be able to tell to the other religions that not every Muslim is extremist and terrorist in this country. That's how you will be able to bridge yourself with our communities. And for that, Minhaj-ul-Quran International has developed Muslim, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh dialogue forums again around the world. And we are, alhamdulillah, practicing and conducting different joint ventures and activities under that forum. And that is very beneficial. That has proved and given a lot of results because we are able to communicate the peaceful message and we are able to give the actual image to the other countries and communities living around the world. And this is the need and demand of the day. Every single individual has to take part in it. I'm not just asking that become the member of Minhaj-ul-Quran, but whosoever responsible Muslim is there, he has to play his or her role there. For the betterment of our society, for the betterment of the country where we live, for the betterment of country from where we belong, and for the betterment of the whole of Muslim Ummah. And as I have mentioned, all these services which we will perform or which we perform, that are amanat to us and that belongs to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we said we have to send these things back. May Allah bless us with His strength, so that whatever we have said so far, we could act upon, we could change our lives according to it. We could love more and more to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we could spend our whole lives loving Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, loving his beloved ummah, loving the people of Muslims, loving the people of whole of humanity, loving the whole world. Allah might help us and give us strength so that we could make this world peaceful today. We could spread the message of love, we could spread the message of peace, we could spread the message of knowledge. And in the end, as Brother Shamsul Arifin was mentioning, that the membership forms, the life membership forms from Minhaj-ul-Quran International, they are available on the stalls. As we know, we become members of all worldly organizations here for the sake of worldly benefits. We should become member of those organizations. We should get those memberships too, which will be helpful in life hereafter. And those memberships are of those organizations which are truly working for the spread of love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who are truly working for the peace, who are truly working for the knowledge and message of Islam. And Minhaj-ul-Quran International, Shaykh al-Islam Dr. Muhammad Qadri is doing it, inshallah. So the membership forms are there. So whosoever wants to join and become a part of this whole movement and organization, he is very much welcome, or she is very much welcome. May Allah bless us all with the strength, and whatever we have said, may Allah bless us with the strength so that we can perform and we can act upon. Wassalam wa ma alayna illa al-balagh.